Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout, and this is a dinosaur layout. This layout is of us at the museum, and about a year ago I did approximately 4 other layouts that go with the same day. One is a double page, the other two are two additional pages, and one was a special exhibit. This one here is photos of just the regular museum that we see all the time. This is their dinosaur section. And I just wanted to document, his love of dinosaurs. And this was after the pandemic, so he's wearing a mask, and that was part of the requirements for going into the museum at that time. So I didn't take a whole lot of photos of him for that reason. I have a lot more pictures of the actual dinosaurs and the things we saw. And that was just something, I don't mind it being in the albums, but I didn't want just a whole bunch of pictures of him in a mask. And his mask actually is a cool dinosaur mask, so it kind of goes with our theme. But here I'm showing you all the Vicki Boutin items, which is the same collection, Where to Next, that I used for the other layouts of the same day. So I want them all to coordinate, but the only ones that will look like they belong together are the double page layouts. So this one here is going to be just a single page, and this is the photo, of us heading out of the special exhibit back into the regular museum. So I have lots of scraps to use up, and I have this gold paper here that I'm going to cut some gold leaves out of because a lot of Vicky's papers have gold embellishments, or the one paper that I plan on using a lot of is the specialty paper, which is leaves, and they have a gold center. And here's some title pieces that I plan on using for a few of the pages. Time to Roam is the one I'm going to use for today's layout. And then I will have a double page layout for tomorrow, and then another single page layout on Wednesday. And they will all be the same from the same day, using the same collection. And then this collection will be pretty wiped out. It's not completely gone, but it will go back into my Vicki Boutin stash. Anything that's smaller than like 3 by 5, I will go ahead and trash. Anything that's I really don't have any scraps that are smaller than that left when I get done. Because as you can see here, I have a lot of metal dies that I plan on using throughout the layouts that I'm creating. And I'm going to do a lot of die cutting of leaves. So a lot of the scraps are going to be used for that. And then that acrylic piece that you saw, the acrylic stars and the word cool, actually does not get used. So that will go back into my color cast design scraps. And I have a few sequin mix from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And again, if you need any sequins at all, go to her website, use my code Jennifer15, and save 15% on any sequins. Most of the ones that I'm using here are older collections, but she's always adding new sequins to the website, and in different colors and different different ones with stars, one without stars, one with flowers. So a whole mix of sequins. I love her mixes. So she does have a few new ones in there. The Dream Big is still available, and I believe that's the only one that's still available that I use on these layouts. And I'll let you know if I do use a different one in a different layout. But in this layout here, Dream Big actually doesn't even make it on the layout. I end up using the gold color in the black for just to add a little sparkle. So here I'm adding my photo, and that paper there that you see with the lines and the different pieces, that one actually is just a Vicki Boutin scrap. I don't remember which collection it came from, but it's not from Where to Next. All the other papers are from the 6x6 or 6x8 pad that I used to make the mat behind the photo. And I used two different ones of the teal color and then a limey green color on the edge. And at first I was going to do a 3-layer behind it, but it didn't look right. So I decided to do something a little different and did the two and then tore the edge of the last one and only show it peeking out. This here is part of my title. It's going to say favorite place. The banner originally said this place, but I wanted it to say favorite, so I cut one of the words from the ephemera pack that also was a favorite things, and it was attached together, and I cut it off and then added the banner piece to it, so now it says favorite place, and I added it on top of the mesh thread that I showed. Not sure it's really thread, but the mesh ribbon, I guess. I cut the wiring off of the mesh. It's actually, you find it in the flower section for like making bouquets and stuff like that. So it has a wire in it, to help tie around the flowers. But I use it for scrapbooking a lot, and that just adds a little extra texture. In here, I just tore some holes in the paper at the bottom. I was just trying to come up with something a little bit different to do on the layout to not do the same. And I really wanted to use these acrylic dinosaurs that were from what is that sticker collection called? I know it'll come to me after the video. Sorry guys, I forgot what it's called. I'll put it in the description box if they're still available. I bought them actually at Joann Fabrics in the sticker collection, but they're acrylic dinosaurs that look like skeletons or fossils. So I wanted to add those on the layout, and I figured if I made like little places for them to go down at the bottom, then I could add little dinosaurs and add a whole bunch of little leaves and just create a space. Kind of like, when you're walking through the museum, each little section has its own little space or area that you get to look at, and that's where the dinosaurs are kept or their bones or whatever you're looking at. So that was kind of my reason for doing that down at the bottom. So here, and I'm also going to add the rest of the title down at the bottom, the time to roam, in between these two torn out circles. And it fits actually perfectly in the end. So here, this here is the specialty paper. I cut out just the leaves from that paper. And then I'm putting a little piece of mesh down at the bottom in each of those clusters also. And then I will also add in each of the different leaves. So there's like tropical leaves that look like the bigger leaf, but they're smaller, and then tree leaves and little branches. And I just kind of mixed them up, different colors, different ones, and placed them in. And then this one here is like a little egg dinosaur that's in a little skeleton breaking out. So more of like a fossil, I guess. And then here, I'm going to start adding the roam. And then I'll add in the time 2 just above it. And I couldn't believe like how perfectly it fit there. Originally, I was going to put the day at the museum for the title on this one. But then I decided to use that one on tomorrow's layout, on the double page layout. So I ended up doing time to roam on this one here. And I figured that was kind of a cool little introductory to the museum, because kind of what you do. You just walk around the museum and roam around and look at things. And he loved going to the museum. I have lots of photos of him actually at the museum. So this is only one of many layouts of us at the museum. Being a bus driver, I used to be able to take him to work with me, and he went on field trips with me. So sometimes we were there 2 or 3 times a week if it was the end of the school year. But he enjoyed going, and we wouldn't just go to the museum. The zoo is actually really close by the museum, and so is a couple of parks and stuff like that. So we would change it up and go different places. But he liked going in the museum because, again, you get to see the dinosaurs. So up at the top, I'm going to add a little acrylic uh, footprint from the dinosaur. And again, it's another fossil looking one. And that's going to go just, the title's going to go kind of on top of it, or the favorite place is going to go kind of on top of it. And this will probably be the layout that gets a little bit of the journaling, and I'll add it in at strips on the side of the photo over there to the right hand side. And that's mainly because this is probably the only one that has room for journaling. Not that I don't do a lot of journaling, but a lot of his layouts are repeats because, like I said, he was at work with me a lot, so we did a lot of repeat field trips or a lot of places the same. So I don't really think they all need journaling on them. And also, I don't think one day he'll keep all of these albums. He'll probably pick certain ones, or, his favorite little memories or the ones he remembers, and keep those. But I would assume he probably won't keep all of them. He has a ton of albums and a ton of photos, at least until the age of 12. Because now that he's 12 years old, he does not let me take very many photos of him, unfortunately. My oldest son did the same thing. He let me take photos of him, and then all of a sudden he's like, nope, no more photos. Mom, you can't take photos of me no more. And he would only let me take them on special occasions, and that's kind of what my younger son Julian is doing too. And he's going to have a ton of karate photos, is what he's going to have for probably after the age of 11. But anyways, that's the end of the layout, and I will have, like I said, another layout tomorrow using the same collection, the Vicki Boutin Where to Next, and another dinosaur layout. And here's the close-ups. Enjoy, subscribe, like, and come back for more if you guys like what you see. Hopefully you enjoyed the layout. Bye!